I was way too hungover for that last guest. I don't know what he was hollering about, dude. He had some issues, I think. Oh, yeah. It was way too early for that stuff. Sorry, I'm like zoning out over here. Hopefully we can get things going again. Hopefully we can get this thing restarted over here. Because that was rough. I was lagging so bad. Like I should have done it. I probably should have done it earlier, like when I saw it on that one live. But then as soon as I got in a conversation, I saw it on the Tiki Talkies too, and I started freaking. I was like, oh no, we can't do that. This is just too much. Hi everybody, welcome back. I see y'all. Ogden, Feisty's back. Taro, Mystic. I see y'all. VJ, what's going on? Blinded, Chester, New Day, Kayun. Thank you guys so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Hopefully this restart is better on all accounts, including whatever one. Maybe that other guy like lost my number. That would be great. But I'm already having issues, so we'll see. Ah! Maybe it's just gonna be one of those days, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's just gonna be one of those days. You know, these days. Sometimes these days just happen in your life when you're just like, man. Yeah, some of these days you're just kind of like, I don't know. It's just gonna be one of those days. Maybe I need more coffee. All right, Rosa says I'm good there. Somebody totally just said I was good on my portrait, that I look good. I think the Tiki Talkies is looking good. I think all the lives are actually up and running full speed now. I think we're good now. All right. This puts me like an hour behind, but that's okay. It's going to put me like an hour behind, but that's okay. And now I can't click on things. We're doing great. All right. We did it. We're here. We did it. We're gonna open up these phone lines quicker. I'm not gonna sit down here and just BS with y'all for half an hour like I love to do before we started. Since we're on the restart, I'm not gonna sit here and just BS with y'all for half an hour because I already did that part. So we're just gonna jump straight into it. We're not gonna waste any time. We're just gonna jump straight into it. We're not even gonna waste any time. All right. Let's open up these phone lines. Let's get this thing started right off the bat. We're gonna get this thing moving straight up. We're not gonna do anything. Okay. We've already gone into how I'm famous now. Okay. We've already done all that part. All right. We've already done all that fun stuff. Hello? Hi, how old are you? Hello? All right. No idea what that was about. I guess somebody just wanted a good morning kiss. You can't hear. Oh, yep, that's on me. That was on me. It was muted after that last guy. I never unmuted it. You didn't hear any. You didn't miss anything anyway. He didn't say anything. So, literally nothing. He went, hey, hey. And then it was like, okay, bye. And that was the end of it. Hello, how are you?
Well, hello there.
Hi, how old are you?
I'm sorry, asking for my age.
I am.
Yeah, like 32.
Yeah, like 32. Yeah, sure, whatever. Close enough. Anyways, do you still support Trump?
Well, that's a tough question to a certain extent, I guess. Well, you know how people don't always agree with everything, but he does have a point.
And what point would that be?
Um, well,
Oh, hey,
put it
Toby.
this way, I'll say that in terms of diplomacy, sometimes you got to do it the ugly way, you know. You can't always be hush hush. You got to do what you got to do.
What does that even mean?
Well, what do you mean by I mean, it is what it is, you know? Like sometimes, you know, in the world of diplomacy, you usually have to, say things behind closed doors. And but unfortunately, you look at today's world, some people don't understand how things work, I guess. You know what I mean? Like some people, don't understand words that are hush hush. Sometimes you got to slap them in the face in public. And I will put it this way, some people like it, some people don't like it, but I'll just say it is what it is.
Sir, I don't even know what you're saying that we like or we don't like. Can you make this point clear in any way? Coherent? I have no idea what you're trying to tell me.
Oh, yeah, sure. Well, I'm trying to be fair, all right? I want you to hear me out. Did you look at what the Donald said the other day about the president of South Korea?
No, I did not.
Okay, well, I'll be very factual here, all right? I don't want to get mad at me because there's plenty of YouTube videos up there about what he said. He told the South Korean president the other day, look, you got to move on with the comfort women issue. Can't be too sticky with Japan, blah, blah, blah. He said that on the news. He said on live stream in front of Fox, CNN,
He said
NBC,
what?
you name it.
He said
Sorry, go ahead.
what?
No. He said, you want me to repeat it again?
Yes, I think.
Okay. Yeah, well, Trump told the South Korean president, say, hey, South Korea, you need to move on. You need to stop being sticky with Japan about the comfort women issue.
The
You can't drag
comfort
it on
woman
for.
issue?
Mm-hmm.
The fuck is that?
Well, it's that issue with, wartime prostitution. You know, shit happened. I'll just put it that way. You know, some unpleasant shit happened. They were using women as prostitutes. There was money being paid to these people, and
I mean,
what happens
money
in
should be
every other
paid.
country.
Please
I'm
pay
not
your
gonna.
please pay your prostitutes.
I'm sorry. Say again.
You're not saying anything, are you?
What do you mean? Say anything? I mean, I'm just saying.
You're
Shit
not
happens.
saying anything. You're just, I mean, there's words coming out of your mouth, but there is nothing that you've said that's been coherent this whole time. And it is way too early
What
on
do
a
you mean
Sunday to
coherent?
be this intoxicated.
What do you mean? I'm just saying, telling you the facts, and I don't get why
Sir,
you want
I
to
don't
mess
know
with me.
if, sir, honestly, you might be, okay, but if you are saying facts, it's in a language I don't understand, okay, and I only
What do you
speak
mean a
English,
language you don't understand? I've
okay.
been
I
very
don't.
straightforward with you, and I don't get why you're
I'm just
messing
saying
with
I
me.
don't speak whatever version of English you're speaking. Like the words you're saying, I recognize them
Hmm.
as English, okay,
Hmm.
but it's definitely not the same English that I'm speaking. It's kind of like when you go to the UK and you're like, they're saying words, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I understand all of those
Hmm.
words, but the order in which you said them, that doesn't make any sense. Like that's what you're doing, right? You're saying a bunch of English words in an order that
Hmm.
doesn't make any type of like logical or coherent statement. Okay, so I have nothing to talk to you about because you're not saying anything. All right.
What do you mean I'm not saying anything? I think I've
I
already
think I
told
made
you
that
what the
very
facts
clear.
are.
Yeah, I think I've made that
I
very
don't
clear.
understand a thing you're saying.
All right.
I've
Well,
been
then
telling you
maybe
very.
neither. Maybe you're having the same problem with my English that I'm having with yours. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I don't think
Maybe
we're
that's it.
having a
Maybe
problem with
maybe that's it.
understanding each
Maybe
other. You're
maybe
just
one
not
of
happy
us.
about the fact.
Maybe one of us isn't from
Excuse
this
me.
planet. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one of us, and maybe it's me. I'm cool with it being me. But one of us isn't from this world. Okay. I thought it was me. Okay. But I mean, there's also a
I'm
strong
sorry. I'd
possibility
like to ask the
that I'm
question
in
very
that
nicely. What
like
do you
I'm just
mean
a
by
brain in a
you're not
jar
from this world?
someplace. You know
Can
what
you
I'm
answer
saying?
my question?
Okay.
Excuse me. I don't understand what you just said. What do you mean by you're not from this world?
I'm
You're
just
just not
saying
happy about my
because
views,
you
right?
and I are not on the same planet. All right. So either you're not from this world or I'm not from this world. I don't know which one it is. Okay. But one of us is not from here. All right. Like from this world. All right. Because I like what the words you're saying, they don't make any sense. And so I
What
can't
do you mean they don't
converse
make
with
any
you.
sense?
All right. So that's actually really
I have
cool.
no idea what you're saying when it doesn't make any sense. You got to explain that to me because I have no
Okay.
idea what you're talking about.
Well, that actually checks. Yeah, that actually makes sense, to be completely honest with you. So,
I have no idea what you're
anyways,
talking about.
I'm gonna try
You
to talk
haven't
to
been any
somebody
logical at all.
who speaks the same language as me. Okay.
I have no idea what you're talking about when you say
All
you
right,
don't
sir. Well,
understand my
have a
language. That's
wonderful
just
day. All right. We did get a good question in one of my chats though. It just said it says opinions on the theory that Trump is using weather altering technology to steer this hurricane into Jamaica. Haven't heard that one yet, but I mean, who knows? I mean, the Democrats had a weather machine, right? So I don't know why Trump wouldn't have gotten that weather machine turned on. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I'm 40 years old.
All right, stand by real quick. Lovely Goddess, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I really appreciate that. Said he's an example of male lonely epidemic. Yeah, I think he just really needed to talk to somebody. All right, and that's fine. You know, like
Are you
it's all
referring
good.
to the last caller?
I'm referring to my super chat. You just stand by for a sec. I'll let you know when I'm ready to talk to you. Okay. So yeah, I think that's what it is. But thank you so much, Lovely Goddess. I appreciate
You're
that.
such a joke, dude. Oh man.
All right, sir. Okay, how about this? All right, I'm talking to the people out in the crowd. Okay, not to you. All right.
That's
And
okay.
since
But that doesn't mean you need to be rude to every caller who
since
calls
you
into your
can't handle
show.
that, I'll just hang up the phone and you can call back when I'm done talking to them since you have an issue with it. All right.
Oh no.
All right, cool. Thank you. Thank you so much for that super chat. I really, really appreciate that. That was very sweet of you. If you guys would like to support the live, I do have super chats open. I like to put them up in between callers, and that's really fun. So we can talk about those, and a great way to support the live. Also, I do have memberships open and super fans open. So if you guys would like to support that way, it's really, I really, really appreciate that. I of course do have pay links in the bio also, so I really appreciate that too. Thank you so much. Hello, how are you?
Third time ever ending.
Hello, how are you?
Hello.
All right, yeah, not doing that this morning. Yeah, all I was trying to do was get through the part of the conversation where I talked to y'all, but apparently he could not handle that. That was very rough for him, so that's all right. Hello, how are you?
Doing well.
Oh, is this the same guy?
Oh yeah.
Oh, see, you could have just stayed on the line through that whole part too. We wouldn't have had to do that whole thing. But let's see if you can control yourself a little bit better during our conversation. So, do you still support Trump?
Oh yeah. But
Awesome.
I'd like to talk about how you don't actually support what you claim to support.
I don't really
on
care
your
what you
show,
want to talk
which
about.
is
I want to talk about why you
positive
still,
change.
sir. I don't care what you want to talk about. There's a reason
You
I put up.
claim you support positive change on your show, right? Positive change for the American people. Yet all you seem to perpetuate is
He's not very good with this self-control thing. He's not very good with this self-control thing. But that's okay. I can help him out. It's not a big deal. All right, sir. So, again, I have a prompt above my head for a reason. Okay? And that reason is because that's what I want to talk about. Okay? Right. If I wanted to hear about like your feelings about me, I would put above my head, I would say, hey, please come up and tell me all of the feelings that you have about me. Okay. But the reason why that's not above my head is because I don't want to hear them. Okay. So if you'd like to talk about why you still support Trump, I would love to have you here. If you want to talk about about your feelings about me, I do not give a shit. Cool?
I'd love it.
All right. Awesome. Why do you still support Trump?
I support Trump. Hold on, I'm getting feedback. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So I support Trump. I still support Trump because unlike people like you, he is actually trying to create positive change in this country. He doesn't just sit on a TikTok live and try to sow hate and dissension and discontent and division. He actually tries to find real solutions to real issues within our country and then takes actionable measures to ensure that that change exists.
Gotcha. So your claim is that
people like
Donald Trump,
yourself-
hold on. So your claim is that Donald Trump doesn't try to sow discontention.
I actually wasn't finished.
I don't care. I asked you if that was your point, that Donald Trump doesn't sow discontention.
Well, I'm finishing my point if you'd like to let me.
I don't.
But
I would
just-
not like to
you're
let
just
you.
actually
I would.
proving my
I would
point
actually
right now.
not like to let you. I would like for you to clarify your point.
I'm clarifying my point, but you don't want me to. You don't
Okay.
want me
Well,
to
if you
finish
can't clarify
because
your point, then
you
I'll just
know
take it how I said it.
discredits-
Okay. So when Donald
You
Trump
know it
said
discredits
when Donald
everything
Trump
that
said
you're
that the
saying
left
right
is a
now.
domestic terrorist group, is that not sowing discontention?
I said instead of he does these other things. Does he sometimes put his foot in his mouth and sow discontent or division? Yeah, but that division is absolutely already there.
Gotcha.
And
So when Donald Trump says that immigrants are the
extent of
vermin,
measures
sir,
that he takes and
sir,
the change
so-
that he actually creates in our
gotcha.
country,
We can get to that change
far
part in a second, sir.
the
We're still on the
division
first
that
part.
he-
Okay. I
that
heard
he
you say
does-
this the first time.
that
I
he
don't need
does
you to
show.
repeat it. Okay. I heard you say it the first time. I don't need you to repeat it. Okay. I have a great memory. All right. Awesome. Thank you. So you said that Donald Trump doesn't sow discontention, which is complete shit. He called the friggin' left a domestic terrorist group and said he was going to friggin' classify them as one. He said that immigrants are the
I
sir.
literally just said the
I'm
opposite.
talking.
I said while he
All right.
does show.
Now you're being muted.
Well, he does.
All right. He said that immigrants are the vermin that are poisoning the blood of America. A direct quote out of Hitler's book. He's literally turned the military against the American people who are protesting the things that he doesn't like. All right. So saying that Donald Trump doesn't sow discontention is crazy. Now, I know that you're just trying to do it. He left. That's fine. But saying that he's not doing that when I'm doing that, when I just do this on like a little platform on freaking online and Donald Trump does it in front of the entire American people and in front of the world. Okay. Is fucking crazy. All right. Anyways, I don't know what is going on with people. Is this like a MAGA support line today? I'm very confused. All right. Why does everybody want to talk about their feelings with me today? I don't know what it is. Sad Surf, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Said never support an orange ass clown. Thank you so much. Lovely Goddess says, I stand corrected. He has a crush on you. I think he did. I really think he did. And Feisty said Trump like grape. Yes, he does. 100%. He's a fucking creep. Anyways, phone lines are back open. I really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for all the super chats and all that fun stuff. Hi, how are you? Okay, goodbye. Hello, how are you? All right, and goodbye again. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
46.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I'm sorry?
Do you still support Trump?
Yes.
Awesome. Why is that?
Just it's not based on feelings. It's just based on facts.
Cool. Let's go through the facts.
He closed the border. He stopped crime. He's going after domestic terrorists. He's doubled, and actually more than doubled, under Biden. I made like 30 grand. Under Trump, I'm making 80. So, I mean, it's just...
So, Donald, can you please... So just out of curiosity,
Hold on, hey, how do you not support him?
Sir.
Because everything you just said about going distrust,
All right.
Democrats been doing that.
Sir, sure. So you're telling me that Donald Trump got into presidency, and then your job raised your salary from $30,000 to $80,000 because Donald Trump became president.
You don't listen. You sit at a computer all day. I do construction. Okay, construction is based on if people have money to invest in their properties and their buildings, right?
Correct, and people do not have money to invest in their buildings and stuff.
Because more people are spending money on their properties.
Actually, that's not true at all.
You're
Actually,
not gonna put $1 million into your building, when you got people burning it down.
Sir,
that's just common sense.
What is, sir? Did all of you guys have the same parents and none of them taught you manners?
What do you mean? You're talking off the
I
wall.
am literally trying to have a conversation with you, and every time I say 2 words, you start screaming. Be quiet. Okay.
Well, say something.
I'm trying to, sir, but you're acting like a child. Okay. Awesome.
Okay. Can you say something with factual basis behind it? Because what you just said to the last caller, you're wrong about.
All right. What did I say to the last caller that was wrong?
That Trump sows distrust.
I didn't say that he sows distrust. I said that he sows division.
You see what Democrats say every day on TV?
Sir, I said he sows division.
Yeah, okay. It's okay. Division, distrust. He doesn't do any of that. You're speaking about the Democrats. You must have been sleeping under a rock for freaking 8 years.
So, like I said, sir. So, like I said, sir.
Crack, bro?
Sir.
Because you sound delusional.
Sir. How old did you say you were?
I'm 46.
Guys, can you imagine being 46 years old and being this immature? Like,
it's not immature when you're correcting someone. When you're correcting an idiot, it's not.
All right, I'm muting you now. Can you imagine being 46 years old and having less self-control than a literal puppy? Can you literally imagine being 46? Like, I am 38 years old, okay? And I literally was in diapers, okay? The last time that I had this little self-control, I was still in diapers. Okay. So, sir, are you ready to have an actual conversation yet so I can unmute you? Because this is sad. All right, sir. Well, in order for me to speak facts, sir, it means you have to, sir, It means you have to be quiet. Okay, that is the issue with your whole statement. You're saying, "Will you speak facts?" I would love to speak facts too, sir. But in order for me to speak facts, you have to shh. Okay,
Come on.
you
I ain't
have
got
to
all day, dude. Hurry up.
act.
Come on.
You have to
Idiot.
act like
Hurry
you
up.
graduated pre-K.
Come on. Speak something. Come on.
You see how he just can't do it. He just can't do it.
You're
He
being
does not have the
retarded, bro. You can't even spit out a fucking sentence. Are you serious?
and you are still hollering. All right, sir. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to try to speak something, and if you cut me off, I'm hanging up the phone. Okay.
Go ahead.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay. To say that somehow that you were somehow making construction from 30 to 80,000 is crazy, because if you actually look at the construction numbers across the United States, they're actually down. Actually, most companies are not building whatsoever, and they're not doing expansion within it. Oh, all right.
You're from Colorado.
All right. Goodbye. So companies are not doing construction of their new building. That's what is the same reason that they're not hiring, because of instability in the market. Okay. Donald Trump has created instability in the market through his tariff policy. Okay. Which is, again, why we saw the first job loss numbers in 4 years, and the reason why we saw the highest unemployment rate in 4 years. So nobody has money. Consumer prices are on the rise. Nobody is all of a sudden Donald Trump is coming into the coming in, and then all of a sudden it's boop, $1 million on my property. It's not happening. This is your chance to respond. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right. You can't do that because you didn't have the self-control of a kid in diapers. What is wrong? Shouldn't y'all isn't MAGA supposed to be at church? Okay. Jesus, there's so many children this morning. Yo, make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hello, how are you doing this morning? Hello? Hello, how are you this morning?
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I thought I was having a bad morning because I was hungover, but to be completely honest with you, everybody who's called my live is apparently having a much worse morning than I am. So, if that's the case, then I really can't complain. How old are you?
I am 35.
Awesome. You still support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. What's on your mind?
Nothing. I was just seeing where your head was.
Well, sir, I want to know why you support Trump. That's where my head is.
Why I support Trump?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm a Republican. Why do you support whoever you support?
So you would just support whoever the Republican Party put up?
No.
Well, then why do you support Trump?
Something needed to be done.
What needed to be done? About what?
Dude, you're so vague. I don't understand.
Sir, I'm literally asking you your question back. You said something had to be done. That's vague.
I literally asked. That's a question back to begin with.
Sir, no offense. I'm here to have a conversation with people that still support Trump. I'm not here to just come up here and just say my platform out. Because if you'd like to hear that, then you can just go back to the chat. I want to know why you still support Trump. And you said because something had to change. And that is a very vague statement. So I'm asking you, okay, to be more specific on your vague claim.
Okay. I've seen nothing but, I've seen good things happen, but I think most of it has to do with the other side and like just all the divisiveness that they're creating and just ridiculousness. If you see what's going on, just everybody's like losing their minds, and Trump derangement syndrome is a thing.
Yeah, sure. So how is the left doing any of that? Just out of curiosity.
Well, with the pandemic, okay. It's kind of hard whenever, I literally just saw your video on YouTube and just figured I'd try to give you a call. But just with everything with the pandemic, Trump's he's a racist. He's shutting down the border. And then, it comes to find out that then the left is pushing it this is a terrible thing. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I'm watching my video of myself right now, or listening to it, and I'm making myself sound like an idiot because I didn't come with receipts.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know what is going on today. I really don't. Like I'm really not 100% sure that what you just said was English. Okay, I'm really like so confused today on what is going on. I am just trying to have a nice Sunday morning conversation. This is crazy. Okay, I think you were trying to talk about the border. Was that right? Because you started with the pandemic and then you started talking about the border. You said something about racism, and then you went back to the border.
No, I didn't say anything about the border.
Oh, you literally said the words, "He shut down the border."
No, I did not literally try to say that. Oh wait, yes, I did. Fuck. During the pandemic, because of that, not like the border in Texas, not like the Mexican border.
What border did he shut down then?
I mean, cutting like blocking all the transportation to and from the other countries is what I meant.
No, the Democrats actually tried to get him to do that like much earlier.
Okay, what was it with Nancy Pelosi whenever she went into like Chinatown and went down there and everything, and then like what was that all about?
I have no idea what you're
Saying,
talking
like,
about.
You don't remember whenever Nancy Pelosi went into Chinatown
No,
and put on
I
this big publicity thing?
no, I really I do not at all.
Yeah, in New York City. Okay. How long you been into politics?
Long time, real long time.
Okay. All right. Do you mind if I ask you a couple things?
We'll just start with one and see where we go from there. Sound good?
Okay. All right. What is it about the Democratic Party that draws you towards that side?
I'm not part of the Democratic Party.
Okay. Or to your party.
I don't have a party. I'm non-party affiliated.
Okay. Why is that?
Why am I non-party affiliated?
Yes.
Mostly just because I don't have a real reason to be joining a party at the moment. I guess if I did, I would probably be closer to the Democrats. But to be completely honest with you, like I would be closer to Democrats. Right now, the Democrats don't know their head from their ass. So the one thing the Democrats do have is actual empathy, right, and actual policies that actually can help the American people. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, they need to figure their
think that
shit
they
out
do.
as a party, right?
Yeah.
But what the Democrats actually do have is, actual policies that help Americans, right? That's why the economy always booms there. Democrats, even though they get it from shitty Republicans, right? They actually want to help people, right? Implementing social programs that actually help, the weak, the poor, the sick, the middle class that actually expand it. And the last 10 recessions have come under Republicans, okay? Because their economic policies push all the money up to the richest people, okay? And they take that money from the lowest and poorest people in the United States. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. But is the presidency are they not getting it from the Republicans? Are they not getting it from a Democrat?
What?
Whenever whenever there is recession, okay, the presidents before the Republican was a Democrat.
Yeah. So yeah. So I'll give you an
Okay,
example.
so Biden,
Here.
Trump,
Here. I'll give you an example. Okay.
Obama.
I'll give you an example. Okay. 2008
Yeah.
recession, housing bubble burst, economy in shambles. 6 months later, Obama takes office. By the time Obama leaves office, our economy is doing amazing. Okay, blowing the hell up, doing great. Okay, economy cooking. Trump gets into office, implements his policies. We're headed towards a recession before COVID even hits. All right. $8.4 trillion added to the national debt, super inflationary. Okay. Then Biden comes in. Trump's policies had already created the inflation. All right. Had already created the bad economic situation. Biden comes in. By the time Biden leaves, all right, economy's freaking humming again. Great unemployment rate, great job numbers, great everything. All right. The only thing that wasn't good was like cost of living. We did have a cost of living problem. He never got the inflation right back down or had median household income catch up to that. All right. Donald Trump takes office in 10 months, 9 months, 10 months or whatever. We've had the worst unemployment rate in 4 years since we shut down for COVID, right? The first job loss numbers that we've had in 4 years since we shut down for COVID. All right. We've had companies that are not expanding, not moving, going into a complete stagflation. We've had a complete wealth, a wealth movement from the lower class up to the upper class, large tax cuts for the ultra rich. All right. And taking away people, taking that from things like poor people, like healthcare, like Medicaid, Medicare, SNAP benefits, right? Taking that money and pushing it up to the top. Okay. Not to mention already adding $4 trillion in national debt in the first 10 months. All right. Well, first approved 10-year national debt. Right.
Okay.
So we see it every single time. We see that shitty thing happens. Democrat comes in after the shitty thing happens. Democrats gets blamed for some reason. All right. For the shitty thing that happened. That's so cool. Thank you. The shitty thing that happened already before them, they fix it. And then people go, oh, well, remember when that shitty thing happened, that the only reason that it happened was because we had a Republican in? We need to put a Republican back in to fix it. And then they destroy it again.
Okay.
All right. But well, we're here. All right. But I think I'm going to move on to the next caller. I hope you have a really wonderful day. All right.
You've got yourself a very good setup there. Keep it up.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. All right. Take it deep.
All right. Have a good one. Bye-bye. All right. We're just having a morning. Hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Jess says, this guy is why sometimes ban liquor on Sundays. That's actually really funny. That says I'm getting a contact high. Feisty, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Said Pelosi Chinatown was the support of the Asian community attacked during COVID. That actually checks. I think I actually do remember that. Yeah, you're right, Feisty. Yeah, because Trump and his non-divisiveness were calling it the China virus, and then Asian Americans were being attacked. I forgot about that. Thank you so much, Feisty.
Hello?
Hold on. Y'all, thank you so much. Make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you like support. I do have super chats open and all that fun stuff, so thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. Hi, how old are you?
Hey, I'm 18. How are you?
Do you still live at home with mom and dad?
Yes, I do.
Sorry, you got to pay bills to argue on my live. I appreciate you. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good.
How old are you?
13.
Oh no. Sorry, you gotta pay bills to be on this live. I appreciate you. Sarah, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Said, oh my God, thank you for waking up these sleepwalkers. They need a cold shower, coffee, or something. Maybe both. Maybe both. I'm not sure. We're gonna keep this thing going. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Hello, how are you? Water. You're right.
Good.
Water.
How are you?
How old are you?
Hello?
How old are you?
I'm sorry. Did you ask how old I was?
I did. Yes.
I have children in the background, my children, but I'm 32.
Awesome. Thank you. Do you still support Trump?
Absolutely. Baby, hold on, baby. Hold on. Yes, I do.
Yo, some young people be having babies, okay? Don't think just because you got kids, she got kids back there, I'm automatically just gonna assume she's of age. Didn't they used to have a show about that, like the teen moms
sorry.
or some stuff?
I'm sorry. No, sweetheart. I had my kids when I was in my 20s.
No, you're fine. I'm just saying there's a real reason to be asking.
I don't understand.
Okay,
What,
well,
baby?
that's fine.
Okay. Okay, baby. Here. I'm sorry. 1 second. Hey, Ashton, get your sister, okay? Thank you,
Do
honey.
you need to go take care of something? Because it sounds like maybe you had some other stuff going on.
Are you okay?
I'm great. Are you okay?
Oh, okay. No, I'm doing great. I'm just curious, like, why you're, like, giving me a million questions about my kids and, like, when I had them, and it's just weird.
I actually didn't ask you
Anyways,
any of that.
back to the, yeah, you kind of did. You were
No, I just
implying.
asked you
But
your
that's
age,
okay.
and you said,
That's
I have
okay.
kids. And
It's
I was
okay.
saying that I can't assume your age based on having kids.
Yeah, and I told you my age before that, though.
Right. I'm aware.
So I don't understand.
I was here.
That wasn't an assumption then, right? If I told you.
What was the assumption?
You just said you can't assume that I'm of age just because I have kids. But
Correct.
I had told you what my age was before you said that.
Yeah, I wasn't even talking to you when I said that. I was talking to the other people here saying, I can't assume that.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was having a conversation with you, so I thought you were talking to me.
Oh, okay. Well, you were having a conversation with your kids. So I was talking to the crowd while you did that.
I was also talking
But anyways,
to
why do you
too.
still support Trump?
I can multitask.
Not
You know?
based off of this conversation. No, you cannot. Okay. So why do
How?
you still support Trump?
Explain to me how, hun.
Ma'am,
How do you figure
look,
that?
ma'am,
Yeah,
I'm sure
exactly.
I'm sure you're a nice person. Okay.
Exactly. I am a nice person. I'm
Yeah.
trying to have a conversation.
But I'm
with
already
you, and you're,
taken.
Like, so,
Okay?
Like,
I'm already
objective
taken.
already.
And yeah, so I'm sorry, I'm not interested. All right.
Yeah, I know.
All right, cool.
None of you guys are. It's sad.
And by
Grow
none of
the
you
fuck
guys, you
up,
mean
y'all.
all males on the planet? Yeah, I would assume that also.
No,
Anyways,
that's not what I mean at all.
so
because
why
I
do you still
literally
support Trump?
So dude, I literally support Trump. How can I say that? See, you guys, you're unbelievable. You put words in people's mouths and then expect it just to, be true. And it's not even true. And you look dumb. Like, seriously. You really do, man. You look dumb.
So sad for these kids. Anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. You clearly don't have kids. Thank God. Because if you did, Jesus Christ. Yeah, we definitely don't need more of you in the world, bro.
Yeah,
Like, we need
I
people
do.
who are logical.
I do
and who
have
are
kids, and funny
respectful.
enough,
You are
my
not
kids
respectful,
are
like,
actually
at
more
all.
mature than you
Like,
are.
as soon as I get on
Yeah.
the phone, you start coming for the jugular, and it's so ridiculous. I can't even, like, I said, hi, how are you, everything, and then I start getting backlash about my kids and, like, little comments, like, oh, I can't assume that she's of age. Like, what is wrong with you, bro? I came to have a decent conversation with you, and you already started with that from jump. Don't invite people on to talk with you and have an adult conversation if you can't even show up as an adult. Wow. You need to grow up, little boy.
$10 says she's single. Holy crash out on a Sunday morning. So I said, how old are you? She said, I have kids, but I'm 32. And I was like, oh, I can't assume that you are of age because you have kids. And then she just crashed the fuck out. That, maybe she just wanted to talk to somebody pretty for a change. Maybe that's all it was. Okay. She woke up, had like 6 mimosas. Okay. Because that makes it easier for her to ignore her kids. Okay. And she just was like, you know what? This is a cute guy on YouTube. I just want to go talk to him. Okay. Sure, that's what it is. Zeke, thank you so much for becoming a member. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Big W's in the chat for Zeke for becoming a member. I really, really do appreciate that. And Mark, I didn't even read this before I put it up. Sorry, I'm reading it now. You know damn well there's no man that's putting up with that. That's man, woman, nobody. No, not. I couldn't stand her for 2 minutes on the phone. There ain't no like. Can you imagine? I bet she's great on dates, right? CJ, thank you so much for the $5. And MAGA women are the worst. They are. Do not followed right behind Blaga. Y'all, please make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really, really appreciate you. That was really funny, Mark. Thank you so much for that. Hello, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. How's your day going?
You know what? Better than most, Better than most, apparently. I'm definitely doing better than that last lady. Anyways,
Oh,
how old are you?
I'm 45 years old.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yes, I do. I mean, I know he's a little, he could be a little aggressive here and there, but I do support him. And what do you call it? I was formerly on the left, started leaning right, was seeing everything going on with like immigration policies and stuff like that, and it is kind of like a wide open border and everything.
So what did you not like about Biden's proposed immigration policy?
Well, I just seen the border was so wide open, and it seemed like there was no kind of monitoring, like the monitoring system had gotten kind of weak and everything. And
hold on. First of all, that's not true. Second of all, Donald Trump, Joe Biden put in 5 different policies to help fix the border. Republicans blocked them every single way, including the last ones, which the Republicans wrote, and Donald Trump blocked it. Literally called Congress and told them not to pass the bill. So how is that Biden's fault?
How did we get so many people in then? How were so many people able to bypass our basically our security?
Because we had a lot of people coming because Title 42 ended and COVID freaking destabilized a lot of regions.
But right now that's not happening.
Well, first of all, it was already not
secured our borders.
Sir, it was already not happening before Donald Trump took office. We were under the amount of border encounters at the southern border, under the average under Donald Trump's term by the time Biden left office.
But right now they are more secured.
How?
They're not more secure. We're not seeing a lot fewer crossings.
No, we're just seeing less encounters.
Less encounters, and that's just because of better enforcement.
No, sir. And more encounters is better enforcement.
It is not. I mean, don't gaslight me, man.
Sir, what's an encounter?
We're seeing a lot less.
What's an encounter
right now? What's that? I'm sorry.
What's an encounter?
An encounter. That means basically actual crossings coming over. Actually, basically
wrong.
Setting up. Oh, that's wrong.
Yeah, that's not what an encounter is. An encounter is anytime a border.
What are your facts?
Well, this is not my facts. This is the definition of an encounter based off Customs and Border Protection.
No, your facts. No, not a definition. I mean, what are your facts? Like as far as like number wise and everything.
Yeah, sure. I'm
trying
to explain it to you, sir. What Donald Trump is claiming is that the border encounters are way down, which is correct. Border encounters are way down. Okay, yes. But a border encounter is just somebody that is not legally here that has a confrontation, not like I don't mean confrontation like an aggressive confrontation, right? That is confronted by, right, a border patrol agent, right? So if somebody comes over here and they're seeking asylum, they can be coming here legally, and that's a border encounter. People could have some type of work visa or something like that, and they could be encountered at the border patrol, and that's a border encounter, right? So what Donald Trump is the claim that Donald Trump is making is that the border encounters, the people that are coming through mostly through legal ports of entry, right, that the border patrol is actually seeing that are actually showing up is down. Right, which that's fine. That's all he had to do that was pretty much shut off asylum seeking in the United States, which he did. All right, but I don't understand why shutting down asylum seeking to create no southern, no encounters at the southern border when that's a legal form of immigration where they're background checked and allowed in and tracked and everything else. Right, I don't see why doing that is somehow a good thing. Right? He's not saying that people that are jumping around the border patrol or sneaking in has lowered. He hasn't even said that.
Yeah, I believe allowing people for a better future and everything. Offering up. We build a great country here, and I think it's awesome that people come over and seek and try to find. Just basically the justice provided. The freedoms we have. That we created and everything. They come to seek and come to live amongst us. Trade their cultures and everything. That's awesome. I just believe that the future. I'm sorry, the previous government provided so many cracks into that. There were so many. There were some. I believe in asylum seekers, but we were getting a lot of asylum seekers, but I believe it was just blown open.
No, that's not correct at all, sir. Hold on real quick. The cracks were already there. The cracks have been there for 2 decades. Okay.
Yes,
The
they've
Biden
been there, but now,
administration, the
go
Biden
ahead.
administration didn't create those cracks. Our immigration law is from the 70s.
Yes.
Okay. Those cracks were already there. What we saw was more people showing up. Okay. Like
Yes.
that's what it was. Right. So like, I mean, you picture it like a crack in the wall,
Mhm.
right? Like if you have a crack in your wall, right? And there's no water pressure behind the other side of that wall, you're probably not going to see much water going through. As you increase the water pressure and put more water behind it, you're going to see more water flow through that crack, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Oh, can I say something real quick?
well, just real quick, I'm just saying the cracks were already there. More people started showing up, which means we needed to be able to fix the cracks. And Joe Biden tried to fix the cracks, and he was stopped by the Republicans, including stopped by Donald Trump specifically.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Yes, can I say something real? Okay, so I'm a 45-year-old electrician, and I worked basically all my life with Hispanics, Muslim Mexicans. Yo hablo 100% español, o sea, yo comunico con ellos. Like I speak to people who have just crossed. I speak fluent in Spanish, and what they were telling me is like it's a free for all. It's open. It's never been open like this before. Come now, like we are able to get through. And so they were flooding, a lot of them, especially like Central Americans, African countries.
Every
were flooding.
single Republican,
This is
every
what-
single
this is what I've heard.
Republican, sorry.
Go ahead.
Why does every single Republican all talk to all undocumented people who all say the border is all open?
Well, they don't have my access like mine, where I can speak with actually people who have.
Sir,
just come across, and I can speak the language.
I've had so many people, okay, that have told me somehow, okay, that somehow they are just walking up to people who are somehow illegally here, and the border is somehow wide open, and they are just going, "Hi, sir, how are you today? The border is I'm here illegally, and the border is wide open, and it's so easy for all of us to get over right now." First of all, no one talks like that. Okay. Second of all,
I'm talking about people on the ground who just come over.
Second of all, sir, under the Biden administration's repatriations were higher than the Trump administration. Okay. So there was more people being stopped and more people being deported and more people being apprehended under the Biden administration than there was under the Trump administration. Those are just facts. Okay.
No, that's true. But
then how is that wide open?
As it went on, it got wide over. I see more. Like I live in a predominantly Mexican neighborhood, and I've seen them come in. Everybody was able to bring their cousins, their aunts, uncles.
And how did you know they were here illegally?
I'm in the community.
Gotcha. So you see, so what you're saying is you saw brown. Gotcha. So what you see is you saw brown people increasing in your neighborhood and just assume they were all here illegally.
I'm half Mexican. I grew up in the community.
Do not give a fuck. I asked you a question.
I speak to them, and I speak to them like actual communication. It is not.
Gotcha.
I'm a racist who sees brown. There's not. Oh, I see more brown people. Oh, these people are invading. This is actual conversations with them. Seeing this is actual middles from the people.
So how many people have you talked to?
We're getting in. Yeah, on a daily basis. I mean, it is
every day. You're just talking to a new person.
No, not
every day.
I'm
That's just undocumented. So we're talking tens of thousands of people that you've talked to.
No, I'm not talking to tens of thousands of people. I see it in my neighborhood, and when I do engage in conversations, this always come up.
Okay.
And when the people I work with mostly Latinos, and and they're conversating. I'm overhearing conversations because I could understand the language perfectly. I'm overhearing these conversations all the time, anywhere I go. Yeah. And I'm not just sitting there picking them out, and I'm not trying to sit there demonize it or anything like that. It just was a failed policy.
Sir.
And I love
sir,
people.
Be quiet. Thank you.
Well, come on, man. We're having a respectful
conversation. No, we're not.
We're having
we're not. We're not having a respectful conversation.
What has got you upset?
Oh, I'm not upset at all, sir.
Why are you shushing me? I'm being respectful, sir.
Sir, you just don't know how to be quiet. Okay? That's the thing. You like to just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. You don't know when the off button is. Okay?
I apologize.
Because you've repeated yourself like 17 times. Sir, okay? And that does get old. Okay? Here's what I'm saying. Okay? First of all, let's just say what you're saying is true, which it's not. And I don't believe you for a second. But let's just for a second pretend like what you're saying is true.
Agree or disagree?
Okay? We're not agreeing to disagree. I do not believe you because your story doesn't even make sense. Okay. But I'm saying, let's just pretend for a second that it did make sense. All right. And that what you were saying is true. okay,
Mhm.
it still would not change anything that I'm saying. Okay? Because the 24 people that have for some reason come to you for some reason, all right, all the time, and just tell you how they're undocumented and how they came over here because the border is wide open, because apparently that's what people do that are undocumented. And I grew up in Southern California, I grew up on all Latinos, and worked with a whole bunch of people that I know were undocumented, that undocumented immigrants. Okay. And I worked with them every day, and not one time did a single one of them come up to me, all right, to just informally let me know, all right, that they were undocumented and that the border was wide open. Okay.
Y
But
una
no, hold
pregunta,
on, sir,
tú sabes hablar en español.
sir,
Tú sabes
sir,
hablar en español.
sir. I don't care that you can speak Spanish poorly.
No, because
Okay.
this
I
conversation
don't care.
over here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
But
fine.
I was
I'll
working
overhear
with
these
sir,
conversations.
but sir, I was working with undocumented immigrants. Okay. 25 years ago when I had my first job doing roofing in California. Okay. I was working with undocumented immigrants that were crossing the border then. I was around a whole bunch of undocumented immigrants. Okay. But unfortunately, 25 years ago, Biden was never president. Okay. So I can't blame Biden for there being undocumented immigrants there. All right. So I can't sit there and say that because I worked with some undocumented immigrants and because I worked with some undocumented immigrants and because I knew they were undocumented immigrants, then somehow the policy of that president was the border being wide open. Right. Because that doesn't change any of that. All right. The numbers that I'm telling you are actual facts of what is going on. You have yet to tell me a singular policy from the Biden administration that opened up the border whatsoever. Okay. You're just saying you knew some undocumented.
It was a lack of security. It was a lack of security of this.
Sir,
which
if it was a
allowed
lack of security, then
enforceable-
how come enforcement was at an all-time high?
Well, they was able to catch several coming through the net when you got a wide open border. You
No,
just catch
sir,
a few. Oh,
either-
here, this.
sir,
I mean, it's
sir.
easier to catch a swarm of flies. You know what I mean?
Well, let me ask you a question then. Okay. You think the enforcement's really good right now, right?
It's a lot better.
Okay. How many people have been repatriated under the Trump administration this year?
I'm not sure of those facts.
Just under
I'm not sure
400,000.
that number.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. How many people were repatriated just at the southern border last year under the Biden administration?
No, I'm not sure of that right now. That's bad.
685,000. Okay. So can you please explain to me, okay, how if the border was wide open, if we weren't enforcing any laws, okay, whatsoever, okay, Border Patrol was just letting people in, okay, refusing to enforce laws, okay, if that was happening, then how were there more people repatriated at just the southern border under the Biden administration just last year than there have been this year?
Well, what about all the getaways? What about the ones that pass through getaways and not able?
How about
they
the
weren't even
gotaways
able
right
to
now?
catch? The gotaway? No, there's not many gotaways right now.
Yeah, there's tons of them actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, gaslight me.
Okay, can you prove to me that there's there's no gotaways right now?
There's no gotaways right now. There's this talk. There's like the border is way more secure.
No, sir. Can you prove to me that there's no?
I don't have the numbers right now.
Yeah. Again,
And this
because
is
you're
just-
just
This is
talking.
word on the street.
Yeah, I got you. Yes, your intense, extensive street knowledge. Okay. Yes, I'm
Not
very
mine,
aware.
no, I don't-
I'm very aware that is all
Yeah.
we're referencing. I'm sure someone told you. Okay. I'm sure somewhere someone told you down the road that
Yeah,
they
it costs-
go
it costs
cross
like-
through
it
the
costs like
border
twice as much.
and told you all of that
It
stuff.
costs
Okay.
twice as much.
But,
It
sir-
costs twice as much for a coyote
sir-
now. For
but,
you know
sir-
what a coyote is?
sir-
It costs twice
sir-
as much for a coyote
sir-
right now. That's showing
sir.
that there's harder to get in.
Please explain to me
So,
how if there was more repatriations last year that we weren't enforcing the law.
well, yeah. When if you wave a net at a swarm, you're going to catch a lot of flies.
So-
but if
so you-
there- if
so-
there's not a
so
swarm,
we-
you're not going to catch that much.
Correct. That I will say that.
Could you
sir,
explain that? I mean, a swarm,
yeah,
could you-
that's easy, right? That's easy. Why was there a swarm?
I'm sorry, sir. You're breaking up.
Yeah, why was there a swarm?
Why was there a swarm? Because it was open.
No.
because it was not being enforced, because the border is just taken away from you.
Sir, stop. Listen to what I'm saying, okay? Obviously, the Biden administration was enforcing the laws because they had so many deportations, okay? But you're saying that there was a ton more people showing up, okay? So therefore, it was harder to stop all the people showing up. Hold on.
Because the word was out. It's easier to get in. Let's go. What? Come on, be respectful.
No,
Shushing me
you
now.
be
Come on.
respectful and be quiet.
And be quiet. And be quiet.
Okay.
Come on, man. We're trying to have a decent
So,
conversation.
how did Biden make a swarm show up? And let me also be very clear that we had a destabilization of the Northern Triangle. All right. And we had the expiration of Title 42, which actually caused the freaking swarm. Okay. And neither of those were on Biden. So please explain to me how Biden forced the destabilization of the Northern Triangle.
By relaxing those standards, by taking lesser number of border agents on actually out there.
Actually, Biden
Actually
tried
hunt these people down.
to freaking
my God.
tried to actually get more Border Patrol agents. Trump stopped him. But regardless of that, can you please explain?
God. Wow.
Yeah.
Where's this information from? That you got
From
numbers?
from the Langford bill that he tried to get
From
passed?
Langford. What are those numbers?
What numbers?
What are those numbers of as far as like the agents? What number of agents did he have down there?
Oh, they were like doubling them. Not that they got down there. He tried to put them down there. Trump stopped him.
He tried to put them down there. Stop. Oh man, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, because see, here's the cool thing about Border Patrol agents. Do you know who they get paid by?
Who did they get paid by?
Oh yeah, the federal government. Okay.
There probably is.
Yeah, the federal government. And so in order to add more Border Patrol agents, you have to increase the budget for Customs and Border Protection. And in order to increase the budget for Customs and Border Protection, in order to pay them, you need Congress. Okay? Because the president of the United States can't do that unilaterally. Okay? So what the Biden administration did is he sent bills to Congress, all right, for them to appropriate money to Customs and Border Protection.
What were these bills? Could you name those bills, please?
I just already named one.
Okay.
But sir, listen. Okay. So he sent these bills to try to get more Border Patrol agents, to try to freaking get more technology at the border in order to actually build a wall. Actually, funny enough, there was money in there to build a wall to add more.
It's kind of funny how he left all those walls that Trump had out there, and he left them out and didn't put those up.
Sir. Thank you. He was going to increase the amount of judges so that people that were here like on asylum law, if they didn't have a valid asylum claim, would be let go faster. It actually would have actually shored up our asylum law so less people would be able to seek asylum also, right? It would have reduced the amount of people that were even able to come over and would have put in automatic border shutdown procedures. Okay? But none of those things were able to come through because Trump called Congress and told them not to pass the bill because he didn't want Biden to fix the border because he wanted to be able to run against Biden on the border.
So what power did Trump have when he was in out of president? How can he have power over that? You know what I'm saying?
How much power should he have had, or how much power did he have?
How much power did he have? How can he influence?
Apparently, all of it.
Setting precedent. You know what I'm saying? That's what don't make sense. That's
Unfortunately, Republican senators got on television and said, yes, Trump called us and said to stop this bill.
Yeah, but he didn't have no power to set
and
that up.
He might have an opinion
Donald Trump,
there's no way. And then Donald Trump got on stage at one of his rallies and then said that he did it.
Oh my God! Yeah, I need that information. Where was this at? I need to.
Sir, I don't remember the exact date of the rally, but he literally got on stage at a rally and was like, yep, I stopped that bill. He literally said it. Now, should he have had any power to be able to do it? No, he shouldn't have. Okay? Because it's absolutely unconstitutional and un-American, all right, that somebody who is no longer a sitting president has influence on what our legislature passes. Okay? But let's also be very clear that bill that Biden actually put up to Congress, it was written by those Republicans. Okay? Republicans wrote the bill, all right, and then all of a sudden shot down the bill that they wrote, okay, that would have done all of that stuff.
So they wrote a bill to stop it, and when Republicans came in power, now we're having better enforcement now. You know what I'm saying? So the Democratic Party so weak that it was able to. You see what I'm saying? Were they so weak that they were able to stop even though when they was in power? But now Republicans now are in power, and now that stopped. You know what I'm saying? And how is that? I mean,
it's simple. It's simple, sir. Republicans wrote the bill. Donald Trump told them not to sign the bill under Biden because they didn't want Biden to fix it. Okay, and then when Trump got into office, the Republicans were still in power, and then they were like, okay, yeah, now we'll pass some stuff. Now that Biden's not president anymore. Because again, what's the most sad thing is that Donald Trump specifically said, okay, stopped the bill because he wanted to be able to run on Biden, got on stage and said that he stopped the bill. All right. And y'all, all right, still blame Biden for the bill that Donald Trump stopped. Biden got on stage straight up and said, "We have a border issue. This is a problem, and we need to fix it."
Was Biden coherent at that time? Was it because he was obviously couldn't barely upon the stage?
Well, yes, I understand, sir. I
Where am I? Where am I? You know what
I
I mean? Like,
understand, sir, that whenever Biden does good stuff, you guys revert automatically to the
No,
he
it's
can't even
not
walk.
that.
But sir, we're talking about immigration. Try to stay on topic, okay? Joe Biden got
visually
on,
incoherent, and other people pulling
Sir.
strings at the time when he was in
Sir,
office for
stop
like the
trying
last
to
2 years he was in office.
stop trying to gaslight, okay? Joe Biden
I'm
got
trusting
on
you.
stage. Joe Biden got on stage, okay, and said, "Hey, I want to fix the border. I don't know why Donald Trump is trying to stop us from fixing the border. I would love for Joe Biden to actually, for Donald Trump to actually come and help me with the border. He can come to the White House and help me to actually fix the border." And he said, "Fuck it. If Donald Trump doesn't do that, I will go to wherever Donald Trump is to make sure that we fix the border. I am willing to work with Donald Trump to fix the border." And since he somehow has a problem with it and is trying to stop it. And Donald Trump never responded, never showed up, never even tried to help him fix the border.
When did he say?
Again, sir, I don't have my fucking calendar in front of me and I don't know the date. You do have a smartphone, right? You can look this up. It's not difficult.
Yeah, I don't know. It kind of sounds like you're making this shit up.
Well, yes, sir. I
know,
understand that it would definitely
regardless of
sound
what.
like I was making that stuff up if you have zero will to
Yeah.
actually look it up. Yeah.
Yes, I just see what's being enforced and what's not being enforced, and
No, you don't.
I know we
You
have
just
we do
talk
have
to
a
some
stronger-
people because you speak Spanish and you are in the community and you just talk to people. You don't know what's being enforced and what's
Exactly, because I'm
You don't have
because
a
I'm on the
fucking-
ground. I'm
you
not
don't
here.
have
I'm
a
on the
fucking
ground. I'm in
clue
the
what's being
workforce.
enforced, sir.
I'm a 45-year-old electrician who is
Sir,
on the ground
you don't
out here
have
in
a
construction.
clue what's being
on
enforced
the
and
ground.
what, sir. You don't have a clue
You're
what's
just a
being
man, you're
enforced.
just a man sitting out there with a microphone
Sir,
trying to gaslight people.
You don't
is
have
what
a
you're trying to do.
clue. Okay, you don't
I
know.
do-
First of all,
I
you
do
don't know.
appreciate- I
First
do
of all,
appreciate
sir,
you.
you have
Go
no
ahead.
idea, sir. You have no idea who I know, where I grew up, and what kind of Latino people I know. You have no idea. Just because I can buy a microphone online doesn't mean that you are somehow know all this stuff and I don't.
And
Okay,
seriously
but see,
gaslight
what
people.
I am talking about is the actual
Yeah.
policy. Okay. I'm
The
talking about the
actual
actual policy that was passed or not passed and how that would have affected the border. I'm talking about things like Title 42. What's Title 42?
And so Title 42, educate me.
Oh, so you don't know. Okay. I was just wondering if Title 42 was one of those things that the people that are, that you work with are coming up and talking to you about. And since you know all of the policy, because if you knew anything about Title 42, you would know that Title 42 was a thing that actually restricted border crossings. Okay. At the end of Donald Trump's term and into Biden's term. Okay. Because it was a COVID measure to stop the spread of the pandemic, which actually backed up a lot of the immigration in the United States. So when Title 42 expired, okay, we did see a large rush of people coming across the border because all of our immigration was backed up. But see, these are things that are policy, okay? These are things that are actual policy, that things that actually happened under the Trump and Biden administration, all right? That you actually need to know about when talking about immigration. These are not things that you learn from talking to your friends at work. Unless your friends happen to be very educated in immigration policy, which obviously yours are not.
I'm not educated on that. I just see the strength of. I just see, like I say, I see a stronger border. I see a stronger enforcement of this law. If like I said, if it's now being enforced.
Yeah.
So
Where do you live?
That's where we stand. I live in Kansas City.
You live in Kansas City. Yeah. So from Kansas City, you were just seeing the border being enforced better. You must have some very good vision.
So I guess they're not going to arrive here. I guess we're not going to receive people here. I guess is that
Sir.
it? Did they just bypass Kansas City or something? I mean,
Yeah, sir. Kansas City is
Yeah,
real far from the border.
they
So I'm just
bypassed it.
kind
They
of
bypassed
impressed somehow that you are now seeing the border enforcement. Okay, from Kansas City.
I see arrivals here. I see people getting here and speaking and talking about this, sir. I mean, they got to go somewhere after they cross the border, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of them get here. This has been a
But sir,
an
regardless
for
of
the longest
people,
time.
regardless whether people make it all the way to Kansas City, you do not get the chance to see border enforcement or not see border enforcement. Okay, you don't see that. Okay, you see some people showing up or not showing up. Okay,
A lot of people showing up. A lot of people showing up.
That could also be people just not showing up to Kansas City because they don't want to be there. Okay, It's also possible. Okay.
Mhm.
But anyways, I'm gonna move on to the next caller. All right. You should spend less time. Um, you know what? Just spend less time. Okay. Have a wonderful
Less
day. All
time.
right.
Okay, you have a wonderful day too. So I hope your hangover feels better. And,
No, you
come back
made
next
it
time a little-
significantly worse. But have a wonderful day. Okay.
You too. Have a blessed.
All right. Anyways, y'all make sure you hit that follow button and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Visible, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Said, glad I'm here instead of church this morning. Not gonna lie, this is kind of like church. This is kind of like church. Take me to church. Thank you so much, Visible. Laura, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I really appreciate that. And Sat, thank you so much for the $2. Said, why do you continue to try to teach monkeys math? Okay. I don't know. Sounded fun to me at the time. I don't know what to tell you. Thank you so much. Y'all, if you guys would like to support the live, I do have super chats open like I just had there. I get to put them up on the screen. We get to have a lot of fun with them, so I really appreciate that. Also, if you'd like to support the live, I do have Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. They're all at Polypolitics, just like my name. So if you'd like to support that way, I really, really appreciate that. Also, that really means a lot to me and helps me to keep the live going. So I really, really appreciate that. I also have my little live gift goal, a little hat things going on over here. So these are all great ways. We did get it. I already had one new member. So if you'd like to become a member or become a super fan, that's also a great way to support the live also. Speaking of which, Michael, thank you so much for the $5 over on Venmo. That just disappeared off my screen because that's just the way the day is going, and we're gonna move on to the next caller. But Michael said, for our hangovers and trying to break through the ignorance of MAGA party members. Yeah, I need that. I need a Gatorade. I think I need to find one of those. All right, we're gonna open up these phones. Thank you so much, Michael. Big W's to chat for Michael for the $5 over on Venmo. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oh. Whew. Hello, how are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
47.
Awesome. You still support Trump?
You kind of broke.
Yeah.
Up
do you
there,
still support Trump?
Guessing you asked me if I support Trump.
Yeah.
I don't support any man. I just as a caveat, I am a Christian black man with conservative views.
Okay, sir. Well, I really appreciate that, but I am only looking for Trump supporters right now. So I hope you have a wonderful day.
Policies. I support his policies.
You support his policy? What policy do you support?
I support the way he's dealing. I support the leadership that he's providing and the fact that he is putting America first.
Yeah, Donald Trump has the government shut down right now and also just sent $40 billion to Argentina, literally putting cattle ranchers out of business. How is that America first?
When did he send $40 billion to Argentina?
Like last week. Well, he sent the second $20 billion. He sent the first one like a few weeks ago.
So he sent a total of $40 billion.
I'm sorry?
Hello? You're saying he sent a total of $40 billion?
Correct.
Okay. And what did he, you're saying he just gave them $40 billion?
Correct.
And he did that last week?
Correct.
Because everything I've seen or heard is $20 billion.
Sir, even if it was $20 billion,
okay,
how is that good? How is that America first?
Okay. So here's how it's America first. First of all, I want to make sure that we can agree on something. Is China our biggest adversary?
Sir, I'm not going down this rabbit hole. How is it America first?
It's not a rabbit hole. It's a question. I just want to make sure we can be in agreement with that.
All right. Well, I don't need your questions. Get to your point.
Of course. So China being our biggest adversary, and we are in a arms race with China for technology. China has been cozying up to Argentina for the last 10, 15 years. They actually gave Argentina a $38 billion currency swap, which is what we did. It is a line of credit with the intent of, well, what Argentina gets out of it is they stabilize their economy and their pesos. What we get out of it is alignment. And hopefully that alignment will allow for us to do what China's currently doing in Argentina, which is access to their lithium. It's kind of like you took everything in a vacuum and excluded everything else that was going on around you.
Gotcha.
So
you went
in
from
connection
I
to
have
that-
no
hold
idea
on,
what you're
hold on.
talking. No, sir. So you went from I have no idea what you're talking about with Argentina to all of a sudden having a whole bunch of reasons why they sent money to
No, you said
Argentina.
40
That's
billion.
okay,
It's
sir.
not 40 billion.
Sir. You think that's all we're talking about, sir? I want to know how Donald Trump setting up a peace board that he heads in the Middle East is freaking America first.
You asked me about
I want to know
Argentina.
how him shutting down the government is America first.
You asked me about Argentina. Can I finish Argentina?
No,
Because that's what you asked.
I just want to know how it was America first, sir. I don't need a
I
dissertation
just
on
told you how it
You're
was-
literally
I
trying to
just
make
told
up
you how-
some fucking
I
excuse
just
on how
told you-
how
I
come
just
Donald
told
Trump
you
is
how it's
freaking
America
how
first.
Donald Trump is shutting
It's
down the
America
American
first.
government and then sending $40 billion to Argentina is America first. And I think that's kind of a joke.
I just told you how it's America.
No, you made some
And
just
then you-
ridiculous statement about freaking alignment with
What did I-
Argentina,
what did I-
as
what
if
did I
we're
say that
somehow
was
more
wrong?
or less aligned
did
with
I say-
Argentina by putting
did I say
American
that
cattle
was wrong?
ranchers out of business.
Because that's not, again, I can answer all of these questions if you would stop interrupting me.
Well, sir,
And if
then
you
you're
would-
gonna have to do it quicker because listening to you slowly try to freaking pretzel your way out of this
It's
is
not
getting
a
very,
pretzel.
very
This-
boring,
this
and
is-
I
this
don't
is-
want to
this
hear
is
the
why
whole
you
thing. Okay,
this is why you wanted to pivot to something else. Because
sir,
what you
I don't care
realize
if you want to
is that
continue
you're
talking
wrong.
about Argentina. Just
Not-
do
not-
it
not only
faster
wrong,
and
you're a
less
liar.
boring.
Because you said, "Hey, I want to do
Sir,
$40 billion dollars."
sir,
No, it's
all of this
20
part, I don't
and
need
And
it.
I gave you the reason.
Sir,
It's not they give
sir,
you $20 billion. It
hello,
is a
hi, can you
currency
hear me now?
swap. I've been hearing you.
All right,
But you're
awesome.
not. But
Whatever
what
you gotta
refuse
say,
to do
just
is
say it
engage
quicker,
in
'cause
a
this-
conversation.
Sir,
that's
if you're gonna
honest.
pretzel yourself, can you just do
not
it
a
faster,
pretzel.
okay?
I've
Because
answered your
listening to you
question.
pretzel yourself just over and
Tell me-
over and
tell me
over
what
is
I-
getting
tell
boring.
me
So
what
can
I
you
said
get
that
on with
was
it?
wrong.
Thank you.
Tell me what I said that was wrong. Can you say anything that I said that was wrong?
Can I hear anything that you said were wrong? Sure, I can say a whole bunch of it. First of all, there's
Tell
no
me what
realignment with Argentina. That's not happening. Second of all, I specifically asked you about cattle ranchers. You didn't even mention the fact that he made a beef deal with them whatsoever.
definitely
I
asked
still,
me
none
about
of that
the
has to do with,
$40
none of that
billion.
has to
The
do with,
cattle ranchers
sir,
have-
did you want me to answer your
Okay,
question
hold
or
on,
no?
Let me go to the cattle ranchers.
So let me,
go to the
so
cattle
gotcha.
ranchers.
So you
Let
want
me
me
go
to
to the
answer
cattle
your
ranchers.
question, but you don't want me to answer your question.
Oh, go ahead and answer the question.
Okay,
Go ahead.
cool. Third of all, let's just say that every single thing that you said was somehow right, which it's not at all. Okay. That's still not America first. Okay. Because if that was the case, then you are talking about the realignment of allies from South America away from China, which again has not happened. And even if that did happen, that would still be two other countries and not America first. Okay. So when I ask you why something is America first, okay, and you're trying to tell me about all these other things that have nothing to do with America, okay, then it doesn't make any sense. How are Americans, okay, how are normal everyday Americans like me, how have I benefited from $40 billion of my tax dollars going to
20 billion.
Argentina?
20 billion. Okay. So again, it's a matter of we are in an arms race with China, who is a national threat to the United States. So it is a matter of national security. And to say that that Argentina is the only South American country that is aligning themselves with China is intellectually dishonest. So what
40
I'm
billion,
saying is
by the
it's-
way, for everybody
There's
out
20
there.
billion. There's a proposed extra 20 billion, but they haven't.
It's literally
agreed
on the
to it.
screen, sir. But go ahead.
It's I can't see your screen, but it's.
I know you don't.
proposed-
I'm letting everyone
Well,
else know that you don't know what you're talking about. You can just continue.
It's a okay. Put it back on the screen.
It's been on the screen, sir. You just continue talking.
I'm looking at
Again,
your screen
I'm not
because
talking to you.
Okay,
I am talking to them.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So it's a currency swap with the intentions of not allowing China to entrench itself into Argentina. So the second thing, the cattle thing, how is that America first? First of all, the proposed amount of beef or cattle is 80,000 tons. What we typically produce is 13 million tons. That is about less than 1% of production. It's not going to put any cattle ranchers out of business. But how is it America first? Well, if there's more competition for beef, then the price of the beef will come down. And again, it allows for us to grow closer in alignment with Argentina. So it is America first. If you're talking about my gas prices, my grocery prices, this, that, and the third, if it's about your groceries, then the introduction of competition causes the price to come down, because the price to produce cattle, to produce beef in Argentina, even if you include in shipping, is still cheaper than the United States.
Gotcha. So you're now cool to admit that Donald Trump's whole thing when he talked about tariffs, about bringing jobs back to America, was bullshit then, right?
That's not what I said.
Oh, no, because you just said it's totally okay to introduce foreign products as far as groceries into our market in order to reduce the price. Sir, no, sir. Shh.
Mm-hmm.
So you're totally okay with introducing foreign goods into our market in order to bring prices down at the cost of American jobs?
Less than 1%.
It's a yes or no question.
I just answered it.
No, I'm sorry. Less than 1% is not a yes or a no.
It is. It's not, you're not asking me a question that is a yes or no.
Yes, I am. You are okay with the introduction, sir. Maybe I'll make it a little more specific for you. Maybe I'll make it a little more specific for you. No. Obviously you don't, because you said I didn't ask you a question that could be a yes or no. So I'll make it more specific so that you can answer it yes or no. Okay. Are you okay with the introduction of Argentinian beef into our market, which will cost Americans jobs in order to lower prices? Yes or no?
The framing of your question is inaccurate.
The framing of my question is dead fucking on. You just don't like the framing of my question because the framing of my question destroys your entire fucking point, okay? But you are now completely okay. You are completely okay, okay, with the introduction of foreign products, okay, in order to that would take away American jobs. You are totally okay with that. Okay, as long as it reduces prices, which is funny because if that was the case, then that goes completely against Donald Trump's entire policy, which was supposedly tariffs in order to bring those jobs back to America, right? So they completely conflict. So which one is it, sir? Is it better, okay, to introduce foreign products into our market in order to reduce prices? Is that America first, or is it more America first? Okay, to isolate America from those foreign products in order to create those jobs in the United States, because that's America first. Which one of those two things is America first?
It is America first if it does not impact the current job market or what have you.
It has already.
Of the domestic production.
It already
has not.
It has.
No, it hasn't.
It has.
Okay, give me an example.
Example of what? Of which jobs?
You said it's already reduced jobs. Tell me.
Yeah, we had the first job loss numbers in 4 years in July. We have freaking highest unemployment rate in 4 years. What are you talking about?
No. We're talking about the introduction of cattle beef.
Oh yeah, that's fine. You can just go watch my video in my page where the head of the Nebraska cattle ranchers freaking literally went up on stage and said, "Hey, this introduction is absolutely going to destroy." Okay, the Nebraska cattle ranchers, and it will put freaking Americans out of business. Right. And he's already actually petitioning all the way up to the federal government because he knows it's going to do that. So.
Okay. So you acknowledge it has.
Sir, it was 3 days old.
Okay. So you just said it has.
Are you thinking that's like a gotcha?
No. I'm just making sure that we are on the same page. You're acknowledging
sir,
that it hasn't.
Sir, if I rip the wings off a plane, right? You have to give it time to fall and hit the ground.
Sure.
Yeah. But I don't need to wait for it to hit the ground to know it's going to crash because it has no wings.
Yeah, but we're not talking about wings on a plane.
Yeah, no, that's
We're
exactly
talking
what we're
about
fucking
an
talking about, sir.
introduction
That's
of
exactly
less
what
than
we're talking about, sir.
0.1%
Because literally,
of
I have
new
the
product.
actual people in freaking Nebraska, the actual cattle farmers,
You have
saying this is
one
going to
person.
happen, and
You have one
obviously,
person.
it's
You have
obvious
one
it's
person.
going to, right?
You have one
I
person
have
who is saying,
3
"Hey,
different
listen,
people
let's
just
make
on that
money
one
off of this.
video, and I could
If
pull
we
up like
introduce
100
this, I'll
more.
be able to make less money on it." But that means there will be more competition in this arena, which means that there'll be a bottom line difference for me. That's what it is.
Yeah,
If
that was a
that's
whole bunch
so,
of
if that's too
that
difficult,
was a
if that's
word
too
salad
difficult for
full
you
of
to grasp,
malarkey,
just say
and
that. Just say it's too difficult for me to grasp.
that
Say
literally
that.
meant nothing.
No, just say it's too difficult for me to grasp. Just say that. I mean, it's not. It's nothing wrong with saying I don't know. There's nothing wrong with saying, you know what?
You're right, sir. There is
that's
nothing
the
wrong with
truth.
saying you don't know. The problem is that you didn't say you don't know. You've been sitting up here talking as
I
if
never
you
said
know.
because I do
Okay.
know. Because
You've
I
been
do
sitting
know.
up here
It's
talking as if you know, and you don't
100%.
know much of anything.
No, you've
Okay.
been sitting up here talking as if you knew, but you don't know.
Great comeback.
You don't know.
Jinx,
You
you owe me a
haven't said
Coke.
anything. You haven't said anything honest or true since I've been on the phone. You haven't argued anything. Oh well,
I
why
literally
don't we
argued
be
one.
aligned with
I literally.
Argentina? We
All right,
don't
let's
need
go
to be
back.
aligned with
Let's go
Argentina.
back to my point that I just argued that you refused to answer. Is it more America first to introduce foreign products to reduce the price in the United States, or is it more America first to isolate the United States from foreign products in order to create those jobs in the United States?
Absolutely to reduce the price.
Absolutely to reduce the price. So you're saying that Donald Trump's tariff policy is not America first?
I didn't say that.
Well, you are. Because that's the thing. That's the thing about it is you don't get both, sir. Sir, you don't get both, sir. You don't get to say introducing Argentinian beef in order to look. Sir, be quiet. 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 Thank you. You cannot say, okay, you cannot say that introducing Argentinian beef in order to lower prices is America first, and also say Donald Trump's tariff policy, which is isolating us from foreign products, okay, raising our price in order to bring jobs back, is America first. You don't get both ways. You only get one or the other.
So you're saying
okay?
that it's isolating us.
So
from
either way,
either way
in this scenario, either way, sir. Donald Trump is still not America first.
Oh, he's absolutely America first. I just proved it.
Yeah, sir, if you just proved it, then I guess I don't even have to say anything.
No, you don't.
You do a better job of arguing. Sir, you do a better job of arguing my points than I do, to be completely honest with you. You are literally you're the best thing that's ever happened like to my life. You can just sit up here and freaking make all my points for me by making no sense. Yeah. Yeah. What did you just say?
Removed context.
Did you just say I haven't made a single solitary contradiction?
You haven't pointed to a single contradiction of anything I've said.
Well, literally what I just said was a contradiction. So,
what did you just say that was?
Yeah. Well, sir, I'm not going to repeat it for a third time.
We'll move
but
on.
yes, we are going to move on. I am going to move on to another caller.
All right, fuck boy.
All right. I'm going to move on to another caller that is actually a little more genuine, I think. See, he said old Uncle Ruckus head ass. Y'all, make sure you hit that follow button, that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Zazu, thank you so much for the jewels. I really appreciate it. GA, thank you so much for the jewels. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that. Tadisek, all these callers have been soup sandwiches. Cam Sadabo just shattered his ankle. I am so angry about that right now. I am so angry about that right now. That is not good. I'm not very happy right now. Anywho. Where was I? Oh God, thank you so much for the jewels. I appreciate that. Thank you guys. How long have I been? Oh, I forgot I did that restart. That's what I was like, it feels like I've been on longer than I have. I forgot I did that like kind of restart earlier, which kind of screwed everything up. So, what was I going to do? Anywho, I think I should call today. I was going to stay on longer, but honestly, these callers have been just the worst today, and I'm too hungover to deal with this. So I think I'm just gonna call it a day. I really appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. I'll be back on around 7. Dude, I'm sorry. These callers are trash, and I freaking am too hungover to be dealing with that. Jeez, you're never on for that long. I've been on for 2.5 hours. It's usually how long I'm on. All right. Again, y'all, make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I'll see you guys later. Yeah. Have a wonderful day, right?